We now have Senator Ted Cruz joining us as well. And Senator Cruz, congratulations on your victories in Texas and Oklahoma tonight. You've now beaten Donald Trump in Texas, Oklahoma, and the first state of Iowa as well. But he is still getting the lion's share of delegates tonight. Looks like he's well on his way to the nomination.
Well, George, tonight was a terrific night. We had major victories in Texas, which, as you know, is the crown jewel of Super Tuesday, the most delegates of any one state. We also had a terrific victory in Oklahoma, and we're still waiting on results in other states. But critically, what we've seen, a couple of things happened. Number one, with the delegates, we're seeing a very sharp separation. It's unclear exactly where we're going to end up, but it looks like Donald will end up somewhere around 400 delegates. We'll end up somewhere around 200 delegates, and everyone else will be, in all likelihood, below 100 delegates. That separation really allows this race to focus on how do we beat Donald Trump. I'll tell you, a lot of Republicans view it, if we nominate Donald Trump, it'll be a disaster for Republicans and a disaster for the country. And what I think we saw tonight, and what I hope we'll see in the days to come, is Republicans unifying and coming together. We welcome supporters for other candidates aboard our campaign. We need to build a coalition, a team, to ensure that the Republican nominee is
Senator,
a conservative
that's what you're calling
and a candidate
for.
Who will do what he says he will do.
That is what you're calling for, but Marco Rubio is staying in the race, John Kasich is staying in the race, Ben Carson is staying in the race.
Well, you know, George, every candidate will have to reflect on where the race is. We'll have to give it prayerful consideration. But what is clear is if the race remains divided, Donald's path to the nomination is much more likely. Whereas if we unify, if it's head-to-head, our campaign beats Donald soundly. And for everyone concerned about the best interest of the Republican Party, if Donald is the nominee, in all likelihood, your former boss, Hillary Clinton, becomes the president. In all likelihood, Republicans lose the Senate. In all likelihood, we get our clock cleaned up and down the ballot. We lose the Supreme Court for a generation. We lose the Bill of Rights for our kids and grandkids. I think that would be a terrible outcome. So I hope that Republicans instead make the decision, let's come together, let's unite behind the only campaign that has beaten Donald not once, not twice, but now 3 times across the country.
If Donald Trump gets the nomination, does the Republican Party break apart?
Well, I don't know if it breaks apart, but I don't think Donald wins. I mean, right now, he's got enormous opposition to him. And to be honest, right now, the media is using kid gloves on Donald. They're not hitting him with all of the things in his background. I think a lot of folks in the media are rooting for Donald to be the nominee because he may be the one candidate on the face of the planet that Hillary Clinton can beat in the general election. And as Republicans, we're not interested in nominating someone to be a sacrificial lamb and end up with a 3rd term of the Obama administration with these failed policies that we've seen.
Senator Cruz, thanks for joining us this evening.